What is good, YouTube? Today I'm gonna be going over. This is day six. Day seven. My fault. Yesterday was day six. We went over fair value gaps, what they are, and strong ones, bad ones, how they get canceled out. Today I'm gonna be going over how to enter off of a fair value gap. So what I mean by this is not stop loss, take profit. That's gonna be my next video. Is gonna be stop losses and take profits. Probably make a video on stop losses, make a video on take profits. But today I'm gonna be going over how to enter off of a fair value gap. So whenever a fair value gap gets retraced into, how to know if price is gonna reject off of it. Okay, so I went over this a little bit yesterday, but I think I just should make a new video on this completely. So I'm just gonna be going on a random chart. I'm gonna be going on GBP JPY. And the reason I'm doing this is so it's a clear chart, and fair value gaps are on every chart. Remove all my drawings. Actually, I don't need those removed, so how do I get them back? Okay, so let's find a fair value gap. I'll find one with you guys. Let's find some sexy price action. We'll look through here. Okay, so let's find a fair value gap. So see fair value gap, it gets closed below, so it's canceled out. So that's no longer a fair value gap. Okay. We see a fair value gap right here. So we go on 1x, simplest terms. We see a fair value gap right here. Okay. And we see price pushes into the fair value gap, which is good. Now we have to see price push out of it. In order, we have to see a bullish candle come out of this, a up candle come out of this. So, as you can see, we do. Okay, so this would be a respected fair value gap. Okay, a candle that pushes out off of it. So, in this case, if we were gonna actually take the trade, this would have been a candle that you could take out of the fair value gap. Okay, let's look for another one. So as you guys can see, we have this little fair value gap right here, but it's too small. I don't like it. I'm not gonna even trade it, even if price were to retrace onto it. Fair value gap right there. Okay. As you can see, we have a fair value gap right here. Okay, let's see if price exits off of this. So you may be asking why I didn't want to enter off of this fair value gap, but I do want to enter off this one. It's because actually, no, this one's too small. I would not really want to trade off that. Let's look for a fair value gap. Okay, so we see a couple here. We're just be looking for these to get filled. So there we go. We could enter a trade off of this one. Because look, price comes in and it pushes out in the opposite direction. So that's good. Okay, let's look for some more. See fair value gap. You see price push into it and push in the opposite direction. But right now, it waited another candle to do that. You see how this candle's actually bullish? We're waiting for a bearish candle to come out of this because that will actually show the rejection, because this is still going up right here. So this needs to be what happens for price to go down. So we'd enter off of this candle this time right here. This price action is so cheeks. Dude, I can see why I didn't trade this pair. Bro, this price action's so bad. Let's just go here, okay? I'll just kind of do this little part right here with you guys. So I'm looking for a fair value gap. So we see this fair value gap right here. We see price retrace into it, not close out of it, so it's still validated. We see this candle right here, this bearish candle. Let's make sure it's bearish. It closed below the 50% mark, so it is bearish. So we could enter off of that, okay, because it pushed in and it rejected in the opposite direction. Okay, that doesn't always mean it's gonna work. I mean, these are random fair value gaps. These are not like lined up with a strategy. Okay, let's look for a fair value gap. See one right there. See price push into it. Let's see if these are bearish candles. Oh, where's my game box at? As you can see, price closed below the 50% mark, so you could enter there. Okay, so that fair value gap got respected. As you can see, price pushed down right after. Okay, let's look for a fair value gap. Hold up. We see a fair value gap. We see price push into it, not close out of it. Let's see if it's a bullish or bearish candle. See, it's bullish, so we would not enter off that. And I'm pretty sure, yep, that fair value gap ended up being completely dismantled. Let's look for a fair value gap. Right here, we see this. Fair value gap right there. See price push into it. I see a bullish candle, but it's actually bearish. See this candle. Bearish. You see this candle. Bullish, so you'd enter there. Okay. So that's how you know if a fair value gap is going to be respected, okay? So this is what you need. You need a decent size fair value gap. You need a decent size fair value gap. You need a rejection candle. Now, a rejection candle is just a candle in the opposite direction of how price pushed into the fair value gap. So what I mean by this is price, you see a fair value gap. Let's just mark this out for real though. See a fair value gap right here. Okay. Say price re-enters the fair value gap. A rejection candle is just a candle pushing in the opposite direction. Okay? Just like this. So this would be a rejection candle right in there. Okay? So you need a rejection candle as well. And that's it, to be honest. That's all you need. Fair value gaps are super simple concepts. That's how you enter off of a fair value gap. Now, next video is going to be stop loss and take profits. This video was just showing you what type of candles and the price action you need to know if a fair value gap is going to be respected, or to enter off of it. So, I mean, this will all come with time as well, but you need a fair value gap. You need the price to come back into the fair value gap and show an opposite candle out. So that's it. Super simple. Let's go.